Get full episodes of The Damage Report as a podcast on iTunes and Android, and you can watch the live show every weekday on YouTube TV. A 63-year-old woman in Indiana has been arrested, apparently, after leaving a racist letter on the door of a new black family in her neighborhood. It is, so we're calling it a racist letter. I'll let you be the judge. Here's what she put. I'm not even gonna try to read it, but if you could put up the graphic. No N-words wanted in this neighborhood. This is a white neighborhood. Some people find N-words stressful, capital. Your N-word kid is not welcome.
Yeah.
Jesus,
that's good.
This was not a letter that was unearthed from the 40s. This was left recently. And so you might wonder, well, if it is this woman, this Deborah Cantwell, how did they actually find out that it was her? Well, some neighbors who had gotten texts from her shared them with law enforcement apparently, and one text said, "I am stressing now that we are going to get black neighbors. I am hoping that more people look at the house and an all-white family are the ultimate buyers. I am afraid the stress of black neighbors could put me in the hospital. My blood pressure is elevated just thinking about the possibility." And so
Sounds
she
like
was
a
charged.
you problem, Deborah.
That does. She was charged with misdemeanor counts of intimidation and criminal mischief, and she now has a protection order against her saying that she has to stop stalking her neighbors. Yeah. So look, she apparently feels better now. Like obviously she was stressed out, her blood pressure was up and all that. She was talking about it. She feels better now. She says that she was just raging, trying to vent. I just needed to let off some steam, and it was I'm not a violent person, so I didn't think it was any big deal. I'm sorry that it caused so much ruckus, but I feel like I released some anger writing that letter. I'm glad you feel better.
Glad you got that all worked out, Deborah. So I'm not a violent person is also a go-to for many violent people. Many people said, I've never hurt anyone in my life, and then you find out they've hurt many people in their lives. Or they go, it was just a letter threatening, I guess, your existence in the world. That's all it was. I was just talking about your kid is not welcome here with a racial slur. Totally not violent. It doesn't hurt at all. This is the mindset of someone who their world ends right here. Nothing else matters except for right in their brain. So you're worried about this? You're stressed. Who else's stress could you possibly be worried about? Maybe this kid. Maybe this person who gets up in the morning and sends their kid off to school. I don't know how old their son was. Maybe their 11-year-old kid leaves for school, and you're like, I wonder if my crazy neighbor is raging right now and needs to release some other kind of stress in another way, with a baseball bat, with a gun, with a knife or two. Yeah. So the stresses of those people don't matter because she's still living in a world where those people their existence doesn't exist. They're less than human. She's more important than them.
Yeah.
And this is the mindset of someone who's been allowed to bring these back forward. She's texting other neighbors saying this and that. This is why being ashamed of being a piece of garbage that you are is very important. And I know us libs keep linking things back to the racists in the White House right now, but when you're given free reign and acceptance to say these things, you will say them, and after you say them, you will do them. That's why it's a big deal. We know there's a lot of racist folks in the country. They're always gonna be around, but they should be ashamed of it. And once collectively we say, you should be ashamed of yourself, maybe they'll start being ashamed of themselves instead of proud of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you said it about the stress of the family. Like historically, when racist things are being posted on the houses of black families, has that ended well? I mean, how many people have been killed after that sort of thing? Like, so if I was the parents, I wouldn't feel comfortable living in the neighborhood
Continue
anymore.
on saying, sell your house. If you sell your house now and get out of here soon enough, you'll be fine. And I hope you have deep pockets. I was trying to figure what maybe you'll lose some money. I was trying to figure what the meaning behind I hope you have deep pockets was.
I assume it's something about that. But yeah, like in effect, how dissimilar is this actually from just burning a cross on their lawn? The message is exactly the same. You are not wanted. We are going to terrorize you until we drive you away. Now, thankfully, one of the people that she sent the text to at least shared it, implying that that sort of sentiment isn't necessarily universal in that neighborhood. But also, like to the racists, she says her concern is that this neighborhood is going to be damaged. That we had a good neighborhood, but it's going to become a bad neighborhood. Like the sort of neighborhood where people write slurs and post them on each other's houses. Like, what could this black family do that would rise to the level of what you are doing to oppose them? And again, I know that we're talking to people who fundamentally don't think about their actions in that way. But what effect are you actually having? What neighborhood are you creating? What world are you helping to contribute to making?
Well, also the other part of that world she's contributing to is the disproportionate level of enforcement on black folks. Because she said they always get away with it. Who believes that? Yeah. That's, again, not looking at the reality of your world right around you. So black folks always get away with it. What's the it? Living, moving in, having a kid.
Being a family.
They're getting away with it. Existence is what she's worried about them getting away with. You have to ask the second question, be like, what's the it, Deborah?
Well, that message is someone who has been told to hate and fear this group and doesn't even necessarily know exactly why. They just know that they have that anxiety, and then it is expressed in that way that, like with Donald Trump's speech, has no details. Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.